Hey Flosstube, welcome to this special edition of Creative Whim Studio. I'm so excited to be here today to tell you about some new releases for July. Kind of coming in at the end of July. I wanted this to be earlier in July, but you know, things take time, right? So I have one punch needle and two cross stitch, well, a book of 5 and then one single cross stitch chart. And I'm really excited because they are all Americana related. I know the 4th of July has passed, but I know a lot of stitchers are gearing up for the semi-quincentennial, the 250th birthday of our beautiful country. And so I know a lot of people are stitching Americana like the rest of the year and all through next year. So even though I'm a little bit late with this, it's still gonna be okay. So let's start out with my punch needle. Now on the punch needle, I don't have the model here. I will just show you a picture of it up here, right there. And the reason I don't have the model is because I had to send it to Park Designs. I've been licensing with Park Designs for most of my licensing career. It has been, what did we decide? The man that I work with so closely there retired earlier this year, and it broke my heart because they were one of my first licensees. So I've known him, I think we decided it was 25 years that we had worked together. I've been in business for 31 years. Anyways, sad to see him go, but the company is amazing. They sell all kinds of home decor things, but they license from me my punch needle to make into hooked rugs, to make into hooked runners, chair pads, sometimes a giant rug, and they also take my artwork and develop it into ceramics, like tabletop ceramics. So anyways, this design here, it's called Sweetland. This is what the pattern looks like. The cover might be a little deceiving. This flag part is not part of the design. That's just, actually it's a book. I have a lot of Americana folk art books, and so I just laid the piece on this book page because I thought it framed it in very nicely. So when you get it, as you can see, you're just gonna get the eagle, the sweet land of liberty at the bottom with the bunting at the top. So yeah, I'm really excited. So next year, watch for Park Designs to come out with hooked rugs and everything. And when I get my samples in from them, I will show them here on my Flosstube channel. So that's just the one punch needle that I have. The second one that I am going to share with you, actually, I guess I should tell you, on Sweetland, there are 4 Classic Colorworks, 3 Weeks Dye Works, and 2 DMC to complete this. You'll need 6 skeins of pea coat because of all that dark blue that is in this design. This is called Miss Liberty. I love her. Her companion is actually in the Hello America book that came out last year. So he is the same size as her, finished the same way and everything. This was, let's see, it comes as it's going to come in one of these pamphlets that just opens up. I can't show you the inside obviously, but the patterns inside and all of the information here if you want to do a screenshot of that so you can see everything that I used. So Miss Liberty was model stitched by Mary. I'm sorry, my husband's outside and he like tripped and I didn't know if he fell, so I was, oh, I think he stumbled off his one wheel. Distractions, sorry. Model stitched by Mary Schreiner, 1/2 on 40 count Hemingway by Needle and Flax. Finished on Chantel's 141 Liberty tag with Licorice Rickrack by Lady Dot Creates. Zoom in on that a little bit. So the Licorice Rickrack takes on like a navy blue. It looks black if you have it like with Halloween, and it looks navy blue if you put it with Americana. The stitch count is 61 by 67, and again, her companion little guide is in the Hello America book. I love her. I love her holding that little eagle. She's super sweet. And I did a little bit of a detail on her dress. The stripes on her dress. She's super sweet. Okay. I love the little folk art flower too. Oh, those folk art. Okay, y'all. I'm super excited. Last but not least, I have 5 Biscore News. This is called, all of these are in one book, and this is called Land That I Love Biscore New Book. I will go over each one of them with you. First, I want to show you the cover of the book. Land That I Love Biscore New Book. And I did a Patreon live last night. We had a ball, but I said on that Patreon live that all of the motifs to make these Biscore News are from the Land That I Love sampler. That is not true. I was thinking about it this morning, and I'm like, no, because one of the Biscore News has an eagle on it, and that I think is basically the only one, the only edition. So this is my Land That I Love sampler. God, why is this so difficult every time? So I used the flowers, I used this flag, I used this house, a lot of the strawberries, the topiary, these fun flowers here I used. So and this border. So I took a lot of the motifs from this sampler and created the Biscore New book. So there's 5 different Biscore News, but there are 10 different patterns because you need a pattern for the top and a pattern for the bottom. So my intention when I created this book was for you to mix and match. Pick a top you like with a bottom you like, and you don't have to stitch them the way I show here. This has been in the making, you guys, for so long. So the Land That I Love Biscore, the Land That I Love sampler came out June of 2020, and that has legs. I mean, it is still going. I still see people not only buying it, but stitching it and finishing it. So that just makes my heart sing. And I don't know, it was maybe 2 years after it came out, 1 or 2 years. I think it's probably been 2 years. That would put us at 2022. I sat down and just started designing Biscore News. So Biscore News basically it's a square. So the top is square, the bottom is square, and when you put them together, you just kind of kitty-wampus them a little bit to make this odd shape. In the beginning of the book, I have this about this book, and you need to read that when you get it because there's some good tips in there. But it starts with, what is a Biscore New? A Biscore New is a small ornamental 8-sided pin cushion often made with 2 stitched squares that are offset and joined at the corners. The word itself, derived from French, means irregular, odd, or bizarre. They can be used as pin cushions or decorations. I just use them as decorations. But I have all kinds of information in that first page there. So, what was I starting to say? Oh, yeah. So I designed a bunch of them, and then it was a while after that before I finally sent them out to be model stitched. And then, you know, that takes a while, and then they came back. And I've been sitting on these models, the stitched pieces, for well over a year. And four out of the 5 Biscore News I finished myself within 2 days, which was insane. Finishing a Biscore New, it's time consuming and a little bit fiddy. It's not difficult. Once you get in the rhythm of it, it's not bad at all. But my hands were kind of tired, and I was really working it hard getting all 4 of them done. I wanted to get them done before I went to Kristen's on vacation so that I could get the book to the publisher and just, you know, keep that ball rolling. Anyways, so let's just start out with blue houses. So what I did is I named the tops and bottoms separately so that when you mix and match them, like maybe you're stitching with your friend and you want to say, you want to say, well, I'm stitching the top blue houses, and for the bottom, I'm using quilt block with red flowers. You know what I mean? If I just named the whole Biscornu blue houses, then anyway, the whole point is I want you to mix and match. I want you to be creative with your colors. Biscornus are so cool, you guys, and I'm really hoping that people start stitching these. So anyways, enough said. This one is called Blue Houses. Model stitched by Cindy Liu, which is L-I-U, on 37 count Muddy Duck by Tabby Cat. Okay, so that's the top of it. It's got flags and flowers. Now, this stitching is not really showing up very well on there, but I still think it's beautiful. And then the bottom is called Strawberries. Model stitched by Cindy Liu on 37 count Muddy Duck by Tabby Cat. So this one I had the top and bottom stitched on the same linen. I want to bring something to your attention. In the book I say, note, I had my model stitcher backstitch the line on all 4 sides on the top and bottom using 612. However, I suggest using 254 or 3777 so it's easier to see when joining them together. So when you join them together, so you're going to have a back stitch around each of the squares, and then you're going to slip stitch underneath those back stitches to join them together. And as you can see, my stitches match the color of my linen, which made finishing this very difficult. It took me a long time. It took me way longer than it should to join the pieces together because I could not find my back stitches in order to piece them together. So that was something I learned. I'm still fairly new at designing Biscornus, and I'm finding what works and what doesn't. So that note though is in the book, so you won't have that same problem. So this is the first Biscornu. Now we're moving on to the second one. This one is Land That I Love, Red Houses and Eagles. So as you can see, each house has an eagle next to it with some like berry looking flowers and a flag. So they go all the way around. Oh, I went too far. Let's go to the page. Okay, Red Houses. Model stitched by Colleen Holt on 32 count Duxbury by Fox and Rabbit. A very, very pretty color. And then the bottom is called Vine and Prim Flags. Model stitched by Colleen Holt on 32 count Valerian Steel by Fabrics by Stephanie. This one, I love the different color fabrics. The blue bottom with the cream color top looks very cool. And I just love that when you turn them, you know, you can see part of the design and the color of the fabric. It's so fun. And how that came out just being pulled makes it look, it's not square, it's kind of got a, you know, it's being pulled by those buttons. Anyways, super fun. I love this one. So cute. So that was on 32 count. You can see the difference between 37 count and 32 count. All right, next is Topiaries. Love, love, love Topiaries. Okay, gotta get it to focus. Here we go. So this one's Topiaries. The top is. I believe all but one button is from Jabco, which is just another button company. They make the small little buttons that are just perfect for Biscore News. Topiaries was model stitched and finished by Jan Emmerich on 32 count Brea by Needle and Flax. Oh, my air's turning off. Hold, please. I'm going to keep going. Okay, so the bottom is called Quilt Block. Again, stitched by Jan Emmerich and finished by her on 32 count Brea by Needle and Flax. So this is another one where I use the same fabric for the top and bottom. I love how this flower just comes right up on the corners. So we have Topiaries and Quilt Block for this one. Again, 32 count. So same size as that last one I showed you. Okay, this one I called the top flags. So as you can see, it's like 2 flower pots. Hold on. And jimmy that button around there. So this one's called Flags, model stitched by Vicki Noel on 32 count Aged Saffron by Dames of the Needle. Aged Saffron. I love this. It really makes the whites pop, so that aged saffron's awesome. And then look at the red. Ah, this one just is amazing. Again, model stitched by Vicki Noel on 32 count Sweeney Red by Dames of the Needle. So we got aged saffron on the top and Sweeney Red on the bottom. Look how beautiful those tomatoes look on there. I mean tomatoes. Strawberries look on there. And this one with that red, and then I had the back stitch done in the dark navy. Oh, it's just, the blues pop on this. It's so, so pretty. So pretty. Okay, last but not least. Wait, one of them. Yeah, so the red house one, I don't know if you noticed that, but the top fabric was 32 count by Fox and Rabbit, and the bottom was 32 count by Fabrics by Stephanie. And it turned out good. I got kind of lucky because normally when you pick out your fabrics, this is a tip for you, it's best if you actually get the fabric from the same dyer, because everyone that hand dyes fabric, their method of doing it is different. And the method of how they dry it, whether they hang it dry or they do this or the weather, I mean, you just never know. But their process is a little different. So their, like a 40 count of Fox and Rabbit might be a little bit different than a 40 count from Needle and Flax. So keep that in mind when you're choosing your fabrics. It's really best if you use the same fabric dyer. I mean, I lucked out, like I said. Thank goodness. Thank goodness they matched up. Okay, last but not least, I think this one is my favorite. This one is, whoopsie, I'm on the wrong page. This is called Berry Bowls. And that's what I love about this one. I love that they're berry bowls, but it looks like a very cool graphic. And then in the center is like this medallion with super cool leaves coming out of it. And I love these flowers. Just absolutely love this one here. And then okay, so that, I'm sorry. Model stitched by Kim Fishlin on 36 count Bramble by Picture This Plus. And then on the other side is nice and simple. It's called Medallion Corners, and the reason I named it that is, I got some polyfill there, is because of these medallions that are in the corner of the design, which looks so cool when it's sitting there. That was, again, model stitched by Kim Fishlin on 36 count Bramble by Picture This Plus. So it's got a simple quote block, but I couldn't name it quote block, right? Because I already had one named that. So I just love how this one looks. It's so pretty. Ah, makes me happy. Makes me happy, you guys, to finally be getting this out into the world because, like I said, it's been a few years in the process of getting it done. But anyway, the photography in here turned out fairly well. It's always nice to watch these Flosstube videos because sometimes the color, like this one, got a little bit dark on me. These, I think this one just looks a little bit dark. You can't really see the red as well. But then there's another picture where I show the top and bottom, and then you can see the red a little bit better on that one. So anyways, I'm super excited about this book, and I don't know if you have ever made a bisque new or not. Also, I wanted to mention in the book, at the bottom of that info page, I have 3 different videos for you to check out on how to do bisque new finishing. I attempted to videotape myself finishing them, but the problem is I have to have my magnifier light right over my project, so there was really nowhere to put my camera overhead. So I had the camera like at an angle, and you really just couldn't see it well. And I thought, you know, I already knew that Tiny Modernist had a really good one. And then there's 123 Stitch, they have one as well. And Nicole Spohr also did a bisque new finishing tutorial. And all of them, you know, might be a little bit different, so watch them all if you want. Also in the booklet, I have my PDF that Donna Fidawa and I put together for a retreat that I was doing, where one of the retreat pieces was a bisque new. It was for Annabella's. And so we put a PDF together to hand out to everyone. Well, I have that on my blog. So I have that address in the book where you can also download that and print it off. There's nice pictures, close-up shots showing the needle really, really close. So between that PDF and these videos that I'm referencing, you should have no problem putting your bisque new together. Like I said, they're not difficult. It's just when something's new, you know, especially when it comes to finishing, a lot of us get apprehensive about it, but I don't want you to. I want you to make your first bisque new if you have never made one before using the Land That I Love bisque new book. It'd be amazing. So to wrap this video up, I just want to mention that all of these are available at your shops, your favorite LNS or online shop. By the time you see this video, all the shops will have all of the information, and you'll start seeing this everywhere on social media. And I too will be showing close-ups on Instagram of these beautiful bisque news and our other 2 sweet little releases. So yeah, so go ahead, if you are interested in any of those, go ahead and contact your LNS and get yours ordered. And I plan on doing a Flosstube in about a week. Until then, create every day. Bye.